Hey guys, we have a great article to look at here. This one was published 1 day ago, but it has been republished on Reddit 8 hours ago by the user Silverback1322. You can look at the article in your own time. I do thoroughly recommend that you do, but it has been simplified over here for us on Reddit, and I do want to share this information with you. So again, massive shout out to the user, but I think this is a piece which is great and it is worth noting. You will see the title of it on your screen. We want to dive into it and understand what it means in this video. If you may enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button and do subscribe too, but remember, as always, this is not financial advice. Make your own minds up. Now, we're going to read it and, of course, start off with the title because it is a great place to start. And we can see it says this: Barclays faces court battle over dark pool fraud. And just to quickly understand what the title means, of course, tying this back into the AMC situation, it shows how the dark pools can be, and usually, sometimes at least, are used to be a place where malpractices can happen. So yeah, what actually comes of this case is going to be interesting, but we'll have a quick read of it either way. Now, again, this has been posted by the user because there was a paywall in the article, so very kindly, Silverback1322 has gone on to summarize it. So by the user over here, published on this date, we can see Barclays is gearing up for a court battle with investors over allegations of fraud of its dark pool trading platform. The bank is readying itself for a trial in a group litigation brought by hundreds of institutional investors represented by a law firm which is listed here. The investors are seeking damages after the bank's share price plummeted in response to a fraud case filed by New York Attorney General in 2014. Barclays' share price fell by 9% when Eric Schneiderman, I believe it is, alleged the bank had defrauded investors operating on its dark pool trading platform. We can see when we come down a bit further over here, the dark pool trading platform was supposed to let clients trade anonymously until they had completed a transaction, and the operation is designed to stop high-frequency traders gaining an advantage by betting against pension funds. But Barclays came under fire after Schneiderman alleged that dark pools were in fact favouring the faster traders. Very, very interesting. Now, going on to read it a bit further, we can see Barclays ultimately admitted that it had misled clients about the safety of the platform and faced a fine of $70 million, the equivalent of £52 million. We can see that the settlement was the largest fine ever paid by a bank for operating operating a dark pool. Credit Suisse was also fined about $60 million over similar failings. The London-based case comes after Barclays paid out $27 million to investors, and a similar class action lawsuit filed in the US in 2019. The bank made a payout 5 years after the class action case was filed by Barbara Strudgo. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys too much with this, but it is a quick piece. And again, if you do want to have a quick read of it, all in your own time, please do. I'm not going to bore you with the whole article, but we get the gist of what it's speaking about. Now, the fine of £70 million, £52 million, is it big? No, to be honest, not really. It's something which a lot of users in the comment section of said article go on to note. Yep, the 72 million is not a lot of money at all for a company like this, making a lot more. It's, as I've said before, could be seen to those as a small tax that they have to pay, because let's face it, guys, from their standpoint, I know most of us have good morals, but from their standpoint, if they stand to make, I don't know, let's say hundreds of millions potentially, maybe even more, or even tens of millions, right, and they have to pay a fine of only 72 million, it really is worthwhile for them to do that. Now, is it right? I'm not saying it's right. Of course it's not right. Of course it's a terrible thing to do. But oftentimes with these big institutions, we need to realise making money does come first. And morals, if they can come into it, great. But sometimes it's like morals are just void of the process. So does the money as a percentage matter? No, it doesn't. But what does it say to us? It speaks about where we are with the dark pools. Yes, it's not necessarily related to the AMC case, but shows what does happen and how they are used. Now, to many, this will not come as any amount of a surprise, and it shouldn't really, but it is just a reminder as to what we are actually seeing. It's one thing to think it and to think that we know it, but when we know that we know it, it's proven, or at least it's highly likely, when we know that we are, potentially onto something, it just reinstates that belief. A lot of the time in the AMC community, what I hear from bears, people who are bashing apes, I hear this whole argument that a lot of the ape conversation is tinfoil hat, all of this conspiracy stuff. And, to some on the surface, it may seem that way. And as I've said before, when we know something, but we don't necessarily have 100% of the data to prove it, that's one thing. But when we know something, then we have the data to prove it, so we know that we can prove it, that's when things become a little bit different. And over time, all of these things which very, very clever apes discovered in the early stages of the AMC movement, a lot of this is coming out now to be true. And that is shocking. But it does show us what we've been onto for a long time. It's one thing, again, going back to the point, it's one thing when it's a load of tinfoil hat, stuff for which a lot of people disbelieve, but when we have the data, when it's looking to be proven, or when it's looking even higher to be likely, that is when things, for me at least, start to change. So what do you think to this? Do you think it matters? Do you think it's just another thing which is going to mean nothing? I personally think in this instance, it may seem a little bit, insignificant on the front of things, but I think it does speak to the whole issue regarding dark pools. Anyway, I do want to hear your thoughts on it in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode. I will be back with you later for more stuff, guys, so do join me for that too. But for now, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. So I hope to see you later. Goodbye. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.